Stewart with Dr. Stewart Productions, a YouTube channel, and thank you for joining me on this new cooking video that I'm doing in my backyard. This is mid-October 2019, and I'm going to have some fun today because I'm going to cook something that my wife will enjoy later. I want to cook some poor man meals. They're also called Hobo Meals. We're going to go in the house in a few minutes to put them together. I'll show you how to do that. And we're going to cook them outside here, but you know what? I'm not going to use this here. These meals are just too good just for a typical grill. Let me show you how I'm going to cook them. So these nice hobo meals, or poor man meals, whatever you want to call them, I want to cook over a live wood stove fire, a wood fire on a grill I made several years ago. It's still holding up well. It's not mortared together. I wanted a lower surface so it acts to me like a campfire, and so we're going to put a couple of these packs on here in a minute. But before we do that, let me get my fire going so it can start burning down, and then we'll go in the house. I'll show you how to assemble these, and then we'll get cooking. Okay? I would say my outdoor wood fire for cooking this good food is coming along pretty good. After that burns down a little bit, I'm going to throw some more heavier sticks on there, maybe some scrap oak, and we'll get a nice bed of coals, get it ready for those poor man meals slash hobo meals. So again, let's go in the house and take a look at it. Okay, so we're back in the house. My fire's going. It's going to burn down to coals, and we'll put some aluminum foil packs on there in just a few minutes, I hope. Let me tell you what we're working with here. First of all, I use Reynolds Wrap heavy duty foil, and that foil is 18 inches long, and I already ripped off about some 12-inch sections, so those are 12 by 18. That's probably plenty enough to wrap all that food in. I also have some ground beef. This is about a 34% fat content. You don't want ground chuck or real lean meat, because then you need a little bit of grease at the bottom of your pack there to help everything not to stick or burn. So you could always add a little bit of butter or some kind of oil, I guess. But I got this ground chuck right here. I'm going to make 4 of these, and then included in my food I have a couple bell peppers. I have a yellow one and a green one. I'm going to split all 4 up and make a little bit of decoration and colors. I have some dash for some seasoning, Mrs. Dash, and then I also have some Pit Boss Tennessee apple butter rub I'm going to put on that meat as we go along there. I also have some carrots I'm going to chop up. At the very top of the whole pile, we're going to add a little bit of smoked sausage, and we're going to throw in some cut up potatoes and some cut up onions. So this is going to be pretty good. This is supper tonight. I'm going to make 4 of these. It's just my wife and I, but guess what? We have leftovers. So let me start assembling these, and we'll get it on camera so you can see what we're doing. I think I'm going to start with the onion first, then lay some meat on top of that, and then some seasonings and some other things, and we'll videotape it so you see what we're doing, and we can put these on the fire in hopefully about 10 minutes. So our next thing we need to do is take the meat. We're going to add some seasoning to it, and I have here some garlic powder here. Let's add a little bit of this. This is going to spice it up a little bit. There you go, just a little bit, just a pinch or two. I want to add some black pepper, again just a little bit, just to say we did it maybe. There you go, just a little bit. And then I have some hamburger seasoning. It's probably got salt and some other things in it. So let's throw some of that on top of all this as well. There you go. And then finally, 2 more items actually. I want to add a little bit of water, so that way the water in the meat will help steam the vegetables. I don't need a lot. And then I want to add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce to my mixture, and I'm going to mix this up and then patty it out, and we'll get 4, maybe 5 nice little hamburgers out of this. There you go, just a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Doesn't matter about the brand, it just matters about doing it. Now I don't want to take my hands and knead this too much. because the more you knead the meat, the tougher it'll be. I want this to be nice and juicy. I want this hamburger to flavor the rest of the vegetables, and that kielbasa on top is going to help that. That's smoked kielbasa, by the way. So we're going to do this just a little bit more. Just like this. Not quite satisfied with that. Let's add a little bit more pepper to this side of it. And maybe a little bit more Worcestershire. Okay. There we go. These are almost going to be like little hamburger steaks when we're done. Just again, knead them a little bit like that. Get that all nice. Oh, look at that. That's pretty, isn't it? Look at that. Now, let's see about pattying some of these out. Let's see what we can do about this. Wonder how big we should make them. Oh, there we go. Let me add a little bit more because I only need 4, and I want to make these worthwhile. I want to make these worthy for a guest that comes in. There we go. There's one there. And let's see, we need 2 more after this. All these are going to be nice. They look like they're over a £1/4 pound a piece. So this is about 1.5 pounds of meat. So you can take it and do the math, find out how big these are. There we go. And let's take half of this. And then we have the other one. Ooh, that's going to be good. All that water in there and all that Worcestershire is going to be perfect for what we need. And then here's the last piece right here. 4 nice big hamburgers. I know this would taste good on a bun, but we're doing a poor man meal. We're doing a hobo meal with foil. And that's it for the hamburger. And now what I want to do is come over here and cut up some onion slices. Okay, so we're back to our onion, as I just mentioned, and we're going to cut this, and I need to be very careful. My hands are slippery because of that meat. There we go, look at that. Oh, that's nice. I have 2 onions. There we go, look at that. That's pretty good there. That's a nice big piece. Very thick. That's going to be on the bottom. We're going to chop this up for the top later. And let me do a little bit more over here. And again, I do not need to cut any fingers. There we go. And let me slice this in half. I guess I'm just using a hot onion. Again, I don't know what's best. Ooh, that's big too. Let's move all this aside. And there you go. You have 1. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put 1 together and then show you how to do that, or how I would do it. First of all, I'm going to start at the bottom with just an onion. Then I'm going to take a piece of this meat, and I've got some Tennessee apple butter seasoning here. And let me do this. Let me throw some of this right on top of that, and I'll show you why, like this. And after I do just 1, then I'll do the rest of them, and hopefully I can put these on the grill. There we go. I'm going to do all that. Put that right on top of that onion. And then when I take the meat, that's going to go on top of the onion. And then I'm going to add some more of this on top. Oh, that's going to be so good. Let's see if the camera's pretty well situated. Oh yeah, okay, very good. Okay, so let's do this now. I'm going to take maybe a little bit more onion and just sort of scatter around it a little bit. We're going to make a big pile of food here on top of this. There we go. And then let's take a potato. And the potatoes you can cut either way you want. You can cut them like this and put it all around it. Or if you just want to cut it in quarters lengthways, you can do that too. This I'm going to cut like this and put those all around the edge of that. And I'm going to use a whole potato for each one of these packs. Okay, there, 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 and a little bit more potato. Here's the other half of that one. Don't you love a good smoked fire potato? Okay, let's just set that all around there so they can sizzle, so they can cook. I can't wait to open these up later and see what it looks like. Okay, then let's see here. Let's do a little bit of bell pepper. Woo! Careful, careful, careful. A little bit of bell pepper. And I did nick my finger. Goodness, goodness. I was hoping not to do that. There we go. And let's cut it like this. I need 4 of these pieces, 1 per pack. Let's cut the top off. And then we'll cut it like this. There you go. And again, we're going to just lay that on the side like that. And I also want to do the yellow pepper, just for the difference in colors. Okay, no stitches needed, fortunately. And again, here's a nice piece here. And I'm going to put that way over here on that side. And it looks like we have some carrots. But let me throw on this kibasi. Then I need to get a couple carrots ready. Looks like I need to peel some carrots real fast. Be right back. Okay, back again. I got a couple carrots peeled. And I did nick myself pretty good. I'm so sorry about that. But let's cut the carrots up into just small sections like this. Maybe 3 inches, 4 inches. You can also do those lengthways if you wish. I'm just going to put those all around the edge of there as well. And then I've got some kibasi sausage. Okay, this is any brainy one. It is a smoked sausage. When that starts cooking, all the flavor is going to drip right over all that, all those vegetables. And I'm going to cut this lengthways like this and like this. So I've got some small pieces just about like this. Okay, that's going to be pretty good. So we're going to put that on top like this and this. Now that's a one-man meal. And I think total these cost per pack maybe around $4, maybe $5 a piece. All depends on what you want to put on there. Oh, we're going to put 1 more carrot. I want 2 carrots per pack. That's what I want. Now it's going to take about 45 minutes for these to cook outside. Now I hope I didn't fill that too much. I've got to be able to close that up. Let's see if I did. If so, I'll just have to take some things off. Now let's see what we can do here. I'm going to add some dash to it. This is a brand new container of dash. Still has a cap on it. Mrs. Dash, that is. There we go. Dash is good because there's no salt. You can be liberal with it. And now I'm going to try to crimp these together. Start at the top. Almost a little bit too full, but as it cooks, it'll shrink a little bit. Then I'm going to go up the sides and push that in just like this. So that's going to cook for about 45 minutes. I need to make 3 more of these. And there is your poor man meal, or a hobo meal, again, whatever you want to call it. So let me make the other 3. We'll go out to the fire, put them on there, and wait 45 minutes and see how they look. See you in a little bit. Oh, here you go. Here's the 4 packs right here, 4 packs of food. I put a few scrap pieces of oak and pine, or whatever else I had, I think some cherry, on my fire. So it's going good. I'm going to close my lid. We're going to get a smoke going, and probably I'll set a timer for maybe 45 minutes. We'll just let them sit in there. The temperature should be at least 350 to 400, I would imagine. We'll check that in a little bit as well. Here's the temperature of our grill. That's right at 400 degrees. I see a lot of good smoke coming out, and we're having a good old time cooking these nice meals. Hope my wife likes them. 400 degrees. Okay, there's a nice little video clip. My poor man meals, or hobo meals, however you want to call them. All 4 of those are cooking inside my grill. Now my grill is smoking up a storm. That is not a smoker, but it's just a grill. So some of you that like to write me negative feedback, do so if you wish, but just to let you know, this is just a grill with a cover on it, and it sure does smell good out here. Hopefully in 20 minutes these will be done. It's been about 35-40 minutes already. Okay, I'm back in the house with my 4 packs of food. These are poor man meals, hobo meals, whatever you want to call them. And let's take a look and see how they did. Okay, I'm also going to take out some of the food and put it on a plate so you can see how much food there really is in one of these containers. And as we open one of these packs, I don't know if you can see this real clearly or not. My, does that really look good. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Look at that. That's a nice picture right there. Full of food. There's kielbasa sausage, smoked sausage that is. There's a hamburger patty in there. There's onions, potatoes, carrots, and green peppers. You could also add anything else that suits your fancy. Throw in some mushrooms, maybe some squash, although the squash might get done faster than anything else, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. Anyway, but there it is. Let's put it on a plate and see how much food there is for a hungry fellow there, okay? Let's see what happens. Ooh, that's hot. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's put the potatoes over here. There you go. Hopefully you can see that. We'll put a bright light on it in a minute. Here's your kielbasa sausage right here. There's some onion. There's some more potato. Seasonings everywhere. There's that hamburger patty. And let's just cut through it to see if it's done. Oh yeah, all the way through. It's nice and done. Here's that big piece of onion on the bottom. And again, let's continue on here. There's some carrots. There's another piece of kielbasa. Now this is supper for my wife and I. I hope she's happy with this when she gets home. There's some more carrots and more potatoes. There is another potato, nice and done. A little bit of sour cream would go good with that. You know what else is a good substitute for sour cream? Is just good old-fashioned ranch dressing. That works so good on a potato, a baked potato. That kind of a supper. There we go. Now let me shine the light on this a little bit better for you so you can see it. There you go. Look at that. That's a nice meal for anyone. You have your meat, you got your vegetables, you got a starch, potato, you got onions in there. Anyway, that's a hungry man's meal right there. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and pretty soon we're going to do another video on how to do a breakfast pie. We'll do that Saturday over the fire, and you are really going to want to do that later at your house. Do a breakfast pie for your family. See ya. Bye.